Hey guys, Holiday Master here, and today I'm going to be filming my first how-to video, and originally I was going to take that one over there apart, because it's my test dummy, but I'm going to actually take this one apart. The reason is, the speaker's going bad, and I figured I'm going to take it apart anyway to fix it. Let's do the how-to video right now. And yeah, so I'm going to plug them in and let you guys listen to the speaker real quick. While I'm doing this, I will say I'm sorry if the video gets cut in half, because I'm expecting a phone call from the news station. So if the video gets cut and it's two videos put together, that's why. So right off the bat, I hear the speaker humming. So yeah, listen to this. So I'm gonna shut them off again, but I was just letting you guys listen to it. So a few buddies of mine, we were talking about it, and they said how it could have, it could have been a few things. It could have been the motor going bad and making that sound, or the other option was there's something in the motherboard going bad, which I hope to God that's not what's going on. Excuse me. So then I hooked an auxiliary cord up to him, and I played just music. His speaker still did that. So I'm thinking now it's the speaker. Sorry about that. So, like I said, I'm just going to take this guy apart, show him how, and show you guys how to replace the speaker. But while it's apart, I'm going to show you how to replace all the other stuff as well. So first you want to pull down his collar and lift up on the clip on the back of his head to unlatch it. And as you saw, it comes straight off, or at least it should. Just set his head aside. And then after that, this one already is loosened up because I had this one apart before to clean it. No, those ones are sewn on. So sometimes the shoulder pads are loose and you can just pull those out. If yours is loose, go ahead and take them out. They're going to fall out anyway when you take his coat off. So the belt on this guy, I didn't, you can cut the threads and take the belt off separately, and then sew it back on. What I do is this. Oh yeah, I did zip tie these back on. So there's zip ties around his arms, or his hands, around his wrists. And what you want to do, you want to cut them off so you can pull the sleeve up. Let me find them. Actually, instead of cutting them, I'm gonna twist them with the wire strippers. To me, that's easier than cutting it. So once the zip ties are off, his arm, or his, the sleeve will come up. Let me do this one for you. That one broke, and then I will cut the zip tie just to pull it out the full way. There's zip tie number one. But yeah, this is just helps it, and it's so much easier, just to pull the sleeve up and take the screw out this way rather than cutting and whatnot. So I'm gonna pull the sleeve up. I'm actually going to turn him to the side here. Just to show you guys. So after his arm, you cut the zip ties and his sleeve is up. You want to get a Phillips screwdriver. And you see that big black circle screw? Ooh. Yeah, right there. You want to unscrew that because that is hooked to the arm neck. And then once that screw is out, the whole arm comes off. So once I'll do this and then explain the next step. So after you unscrew his arm. Now if you hold the screwdriver against the screw once it's unscrewed, it will hold it in place, because I've had so many drop into the boots, it's not even funny. Sometimes you might need to lift up. Nope, it's still screwed in there. Holy crap, that sucker's stuck in there. There we go. Yeah, sometimes you need to give it a little tug. So this is what his arm looks like. It's not really a mechanism, but it's more of a support. But this is what it looks like. Again, this is the screw you want to unscrew, because this is what slides into this piece here. Okay, so this piece here is what makes, or what's holds it. This rolling part here, when his body tilts one way, this is what pushes down. You know what I mean? So it's, let me zoom out here. So you got this, and that's what makes it move. Because when the body pushes down, it pushes down on this, causing the arm to go out. So for those who didn't know that, there you go. Let me get this towel here, because these parts are greased up for, you know, better movement. So then, like I said, once that arm's out, you can easily just do this. I'm going to lift up all around, and boom, his shirt comes off. So then you want to take the other arm off. Same thing, same screw, same setup, just other side of his body. And then it should come out pretty simple. Actually, I don't want to cover the cord up, because I'll need the cord here in a little bit. I'll just plug it in. So now, that's what your Santa should look like. So what you want to do, because I've already taken this apart, and this was just easiest at the time, I put little holes in his pants and zip tied them up. But they're actually going to be stapled here, and you just want to pry those staples out, and then his pants will fall. But obviously, like I said, for me, I just zip tied them, so I'm going to cut the zip ties to get to the cage. And there's one in the back here. But now I have more staples, so I'm going to attempt to staple this back on. So anyway, guys, his pants will drop. They don't need to come off. They just fall down. And then you'll see there's 3 screws on each side. So there's six screws on the side. And then there's 4 up top. So you want to take all the screws out. I've done this so many times, a little bit easier. This is really the only time-consuming part's taking all the screws out. And trust me guys, if you don't know when the screws are coming out, like if you don't know if you unscrewed it enough, the cage will actually stay locked and won't pull apart. So until you unscrew them all to the proper length, then the cage will come apart. I do have a drill that would have been easier, but not a long enough bit to unscrew all this. So this is kind of random, but I find it funny. The news weatherman said it wasn't going to be windy and it's going to calm down and be nice the next few days. I have 20-mile-an-hour wind right now. So I'm not even listening to anything they say anymore. Okay, is that? Nope. And these are long screws, guys, so it might take you a bit. Okay. Like I said, it will pop apart once the screws are evenly out of socket. There, that side's good. So now I'm going to come over here and make sure it's still recording. Yep, it is. I'm going to come to this side, do the same thing. One more, I hope. Yep. Sorry guys, I know this is time consuming. Make sure, nope, that bottom one still needs more. Make sure the middle one. Okay, so now all the screws are loosened. The cage. Oh, no, they're not. That screw's not. There we go. So, the back part of the cage comes off. And, oh, this is what I was talking about, guys. That little bit right there, this is where the arms are screwed into place, and then when it dances like that, those little pieces get pushed under it, and it makes the arms go out. So there's the back. So now what you want to do, you want to flip it. Well, not flip it, but I'm going to flip it to show you guys. You want to take... Okay, stand fell. So you want to take this screw out. That allows you to pop the front cage off. And there's this little silver pole that goes through it to hold the head in place. You don't have to take that out, but it might fall out with the front of the cage. It depends on what one you have, really, and how tight it's in there. So then, even at this point, if you guys have a bad motor or belt, you can either take this out to replace the belt or leave this in here and work around it. But that's how you replace a belt for the dancing mech. And then I'll show you afterwards, when I get the front off, what to do from there. So like I said, pop this screw out. I've never taken this one out yet. It's pretty tight. So once that screws out, I'm going to put it here, but put it in a place you won't lose it. And then I usually just get the screwdriver, and now it is loosely dancing pretty much. But yes, if you guys have a broken belt or a broken gear in the dancing mech, your Santa or whatever figure you have will do this because it will be so loose. Or if it's a gear, sometimes it might lock up, so it might be so stiff you can't even move it. If that's the case, you want to get under here. There's 4 or 5 screws holding that box where the gears are in place. And you want to unscrew it, pop that box out, and then there's 6 screws on the box itself, you know, to pop open, to look in there, and then go from there. But anyway, like I was saying, this little silver pole actually is going to come out on this one. Let me try not to rip wire. Like I said, some of them are actually in there, like this one. Some of them just slide out. So after this step, you want to, well, actually before, my bad, yes, before you take this out, you want to cut the zip tie holding the main wire in place. That way you're not pulling on it. Oh, come on. Now it's going to be a witch. 1. Now guys, I just want to tell you, these 2 zip ties I just cut are still factory built, or not built, but factory placed, because I have not taken this one apart yet. So then I'm going to flip it around real quick. I usually save this step for last because I've had so many speakers break because of doing this step first. But you want to unbolt all 4 screws to unhook the speaker. Now what I did with the other Santa and all the other characters that I've taken apart, there's like little circles on the speaker. Here's an old one. Like these little circles, let me zoom out. These little circles here, I put a zip tie through them, or wire, and I do that so then I can hang the speakers on the hooks in here while I'm working on it, so I don't have to worry about the speaker dropping or breaking. Now this one again doesn't have it because I've never taken the speaker out of this guy. So we'll do this. Now I'm going to let these screws drop because I know where they're going. Right in front. Just makes things a little easier and faster. So like I said, there's that. Now I'm going to let it dangle there for just a second while I push this out. Do it nice and slow. So then there's the cage. And then after that pulls out, if you need to replace the head motor or belt, this is the place to do that. Motors on the side there for the head. So this is what it all looks like. This is all original. I have not yet messed with this one because it was pretty good until the speaker started messing up. So that's all original there. That's what it all looks like. So what you want to do now, I gotta find a screwdriver to pop this apart because I'm not even gonna cut anything here. I'm just gonna detach the speaker in here and put a new one in. But I am going to move the headpiece there because sometimes while you're testing these things, this thing likes to go all over because it's not, you know, bolted in place, and it pushes up on that and pushes it off. So, alrighty. I had to start a bit. My room's a mess right now, so I apologize. Let me see. I don't know if this will. Nope. Okay. This one might. I'm not sure. Yep. So there's 4 screws in the back of this speaker. So there's eight screws altogether. So after you do this, and you loosen up all these screws, this should just slide back. And then, my bad, there's 12 screws. There's 4 more that bolt the speaker in. And then after these are out, the speaker should come out. So what I'm going to do then, after the speaker's out, I'm going to cut the wire from the old speaker right at the base so I have extra wire to work with. So there's the cap to the speaker. And then I'm just going to cut right there. That might fall off, but that's okay. Anyway, I cut a little bit. So, oh, I didn't realize it was that zoomed in. So there's still a little bit of green wire left on the old speaker. So now comes testing part. So I have this speaker here. It's off an old stereo. And I'm going to cut the wires, pull them apart. That way you get the, wires apart. Yep, all those screws fell out too. So then these just pull apart too a little bit. Let me pick the screws up here just so I know what's what. Because I don't want to lose these screws. So there's that. And then you want to take your wire trimmers and you just want to, I want another screw. I don't know what that noise is. But you want to splice a little bit off. Oh, that's the dog. But actually, just to keep this from falling, I'm going to undo this knot to pull the case off. And I'm doing that because you never ever want these live wires to touch, because that will fry the motherboard. So you don't want those to touch. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the same thing to the other speaker. And what I do for testing, trying to get this wire good enough. It's thin wire. There we go. So what I do, I'm going to set the speaker here. I'm going to twist one of the wire sets together. And I actually might have wire caps. Ah, no, not this small. So I twist one of them together. And I kind of hook the other two. That way if it's wrong, I'll know and I can just pull one apart. So then Put it up here so they don't touch. Now let's plug it in and test it.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Now,
The kids jingle bells
there is still a static,
and everyone
but it's not bad like the other speaker.
telling it's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
So it might be a
There'll
motherboard
be
problem.
much mistletoeing and hearts will be glowing when loved ones are near. It's the most wonderful time. Yes, the most wonderful time. Oh, the most wonderful time of the year.
Yeah, but like I said, it's not as bad as the last speaker. So now that I know this one works, I'm going to try something else. I have this other speaker over here, and I'm kind of wondering if it'll do the same thing or not. Like I said, guys, this is just kind of like trial and error. So you unplug it. Like I said, unhook this one. Unhook that one. So I know this speaker works for sure. And it more than likely will get that speaker, unless this one sounds better or something. Hard to tell. Give me a minute. Come on. There you go. Okay, so same thing. I'm going to separate them so they don't touch. I'm going to set that speaker there for just a moment, just to see what it sounds like.
Merry Christmas.
And that one has the static too.
It's the most
So I'm gonna,
time of the year.
I'm just gonna hook the other speaker up to it. It's the one that had less static. So now I have another spare speaker. I do have this one I could try too. Well, trying to give it the best speaker I got. So I'm gonna try this one too. And if it works better, I'll use this speaker. Oh, I gotta trim this one. So let's see how this speaker does. It's gonna be a pain in my butt to separate them. There. Max, give me a few minutes, bud.
Merry Christmas. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
That's exactly what I didn't want happening. So I'm going to unplug it then. Honestly, this speaker sounds pretty good too. So yeah, I guess now we can hook it together. This one was the best overall speaker. I'm wondering something. Nah, I don't want to overdo it. So what we'll do then, I will twist these back together, and for now, like I said, it's still a little bit staticky, but not as bad as it was before. I can tell you that for sure. Oh, excuse me. So like I said, I'm gonna get a piece of wire or something here, because I don't want that falling again. Sorry this turned into a 30-minute video, guys. I didn't expect it to. Oh, I have a speaker in here too. Holy crap, I got speakers galore. So, where did... there's a little piece of wire. Twist that together. I'll show you guys, like I said, could just hang it here on the hook. That way. So let's test this again. Sounds much clearer.
It's the most wonderful time.
There's still that static though, and I don't know why. Wonder if it is the motor.
With the kids jingle belling and everyone telling you be of good cheer. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the most
I took the belt out.
of the year. There'll be much mistletoeing and hearts will be glowing when loved ones are near.
Okay.
It's the most wonderful time. Yes, the most wonderful time. Oh, the most wonderful time of the year.
Okay. So the motor might be going bad too, which if it does, I'll do a video on it too. Hopefully it's not this long. Okay, get in there. There. Belt's in there. I'm gonna grease that up real quick. I have this spray for belts. You don't want to, if you use something like this, you don't want to use a whole lot because it will make it skip almost. So I'm just going to get up in here and there. Yes, and it will drip. Use this towel to soak up the extra. So let's see what it does now with with the belt. So much better. No static, no nothing. So I'm wondering if maybe the belt was getting dried up.
Christmas joy. Who wouldn't go? Who wouldn't go up on the housetop? Click, click, click. Down through the chimney with good Saint Nick. Have a great holiday season.
So yeah, guys, I'm wondering if I'm gonna leave this speaker in there anyway, just to, you know, replace it. Honestly, guys, that's pretty much it. And then same thing for putting it back together. I'm gonna cut this video because it's already 36 minutes long. So yes, after you get the new wires attached, you can either use the caps, electrical caps, or shrink, shoot, I can't think of the name, this stuff. You can use that, or electrical tape, whatever you can to keep it together. It will work. But yeah, if you were to replace a motor, you have to come to this side, take the belt off. I don't know, come on, focus. Take the belt off, and then take those 2 screws out. That will pop the motor out. I do not know the motor size or anything like that, but yeah. And then there, like I said, there's these 6 things in there that you unscrew, and this box will come out. Whoop. Anyway, guys, I hope this video is helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. You know, and I'm gonna make a few of these how-to videos just to see how they work. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, and peace out. Hey guys, Holiday Master here, and this is gonna be combined with that 30-minute video I made of how-to. I was a little disappointed in how that video turned out. I feel like I could have done better, but as long as you guys like it, that's what matters to me. But I didn't record it because there was no point in me recording. I put them back together, greased up his belt, and replaced the one belt that was actually snapping, and that was causing some of the electric sound. He's fully functional, and I'm only going to play him once because this video is already going to be like 40 minutes. Fully functional, no static, like before, when he's plugged in right now, but before, I could hear static. I cannot hear static right now, which is good. That's a good thing. So yeah, here he is without further ado.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Oh, bring us a figgy pudding. Oh, bring us a figgy pudding. Oh, bring us a figgy pudding and a cup of good cheer. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. So bring some right here. Good tidings to you wherever you are. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas, everybody!
So yeah, guys, fully working again, no static, no nothing. I'm happy I was able to do this video. Again, I thought it could have been better, so I hope you guys enjoy. And yeah, thanks for watching, and peace out.